All right. So we talked a little bit about in prior conversations cancer insurance. I wanted to kind of take a little deeper dive just so people kind of know what that means. And this is a policy that is for Indiana. It's publicized as an Indiana policy, right? And it's done by United American Insurance Company, which you can buy through another insurance company called Global Life. And so just to be aware, it's the whole plan is really about trying to get you coverage. We'll talk a little bit about sort of what that is, and ultimately, I think we've talked about it before. Cancer is not uncommon. There are 39.5% of people will be diagnosed. And when you're diagnosed, there are all kinds of issues in that you might have to do unexpected travel. You might need to bring people in from out of town. You might need extra money for the actual treatment. And so that's what this is all about, right? I mean, it's about giving you anywhere from ten to $50,000 worth of cash to use as part of your diagnosis, right? So, it really is about having a documented diagnosis, right? Post the waiting period. So when you first get the policy, you are going to have some waiting period, and they will issue this policy to anyone who's between 0 and 69 years of age. You can get it as an individual, single parent, or family plans. It's guaranteed renewable until as long as you continue to pay the premiums. And it's important to know that there is a 30-day waiting period. No benefits are payable to anyone who has cancer manifested before the policy has been enforced for 30 days from the effective date. And from a diagnosis perspective, you have to have some sort of diagnosis. It looks like this excludes, other than melanoma, excludes other types of skin cancer, right? Um, right. And so we will, that's that piece of it. But I think really, you want to kind of get into a little bit more on the coverage. It is designed to provide persons insured coverage for paying a benefit only upon first diagnosis of cancer. So what does that mean? That means when you have a diagnosis, you get paid, period. You don't have to go to the hospital. You don't have to submit a claim. I mean, you have to submit a claim for the diagnosis, but it's not one of those policies where you have to have a certain treatment and you're going to get paid X% of the treatment, right? This is all about getting a diagnosis and getting a lump sum payment. Okay. Hopefully that's clear to everyone. So they do talk about first diagnosis, and it means the person is diagnosed with having an internal cancer. We talked about that a little bit, and it's renewable. This renews every month, or depending on sort of your renewing cycle, it's going to renew very very often. So then the first question that people often want to know is, what is this going to cost me, right? And so we're going to get into kind of how this works. They look at you as an individual, as a single parent, or as a family plan. And just to confirm, this means annual, semi-annual, quarterly, and monthly. But if you were, kind of smart, and you were in your early 20s, or even anytime in your 20s, you could have picked up this plan for $3 a month, right? That's $36 a year, or no, actually, if you paid it annually, it'd be 33. So, less than $3 a month, right? For me, I fall into this realm. I can pick up this plan for $26, right, a month. Um, and if I lived in Indiana, right? And so we'll go through this, and as you can see, as you get more insurance, the cost is going to go up, right? So cost essentially is going to double, right? And so, and as I go up and up and up, as I go at 30,000, it's going to go up, it's going to triple, it's going to quadruple, and then it's going to be times five, right? So, I think it's a good option. Um, I have, um, it's pretty straightforward. You have a 30-day waiting period. You cannot have a diagnosis before that. They will solicit your medical records. So if you do have a diagnosis, you will not be paid out um, uh, based on that. And so that's kind of where this stands. I would take a look at this. If you're a family, if you're a single parent, the costs are slightly more. Um, and if you're buying a family plan, you can see the costs go up even more because you're dealing now with not just the husband and the wife, but you're dealing with the kids. And so that all gets kind of layered into this, right? So those are the costs. I've been promising to share sort of some information about cancer policies. This is Indiana. I'm going to take a look at some of the other states and that I specifically do business in, and we'll share those as well.